Hello everybody, come on right in. Welcome to Heart Chakra Medium. I appreciate each of you. Thank you so much for creating and nurturing and building this community with me. My channel is here to support you with grieving and healing, and may you find the comfort, the clarity, and the closure that you may need today. Go ahead and welcome your heart's desire, and most importantly, welcome the part of deceased loved ones. Welcome them into the space. Allow them to feel invited as part of our gathering today, our connection today. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being here with you, being a medium for your heart chakra, and relay the message, the communication from the heart of your departed deceased loved ones. As a full disclosure, I was clearing my throat. I believe usually that is also a way to let me know who is here. But if it gets hopefully not too disruptive to some of you, I know I'm sensitive. So if I hear too many repeated kind of additional noise, it bothers me. I can only handle so much. So I apologize ahead of time. I'm obviously going to edit the video, and hopefully I can remove as much of my coughing, but anything that gets left behind, I apologize. Okay, so as far as for our time together here, our connection to your loved ones, I did put a community poll for this particular reading. So the one that won on the poll is from your deceased father. And as I look at the history, I haven't really channeled or I haven't really connected a medium for your father. So that was on my heart before I set out the poll, and sure enough, that is what won. So I'm looking forward to that. I wanted to try a little different here, so let's try this. Here are a set of oracle cards that we're going to use for the grounding towards the end, grounding purposes. And as you see, there is 3 sets of oracle grouping cards. So I am looking to see about channeling 3 different readings, and usually I only do one. So I just wanted to try that out and see how I can handle the energy in that way. As a reminder, this is a group reading, so if you can take 50 to 70% of the connection point, as if you can recognize that as your father, the evidence of your father being present here, I encourage you to do that. But never force the reading, obviously. But if you are here and you just want to hear from your departed loved ones, the message can come through, even though this particular reading is geared towards hearing from your deceased father. So go ahead and make your selection. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. And if you would like to choose with crystals, let me go ahead and set that up for you. Make your selection, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your mediumship reading from your deceased father. So go ahead and welcome his presence in your image, in your senses. Welcome his presence in he may allow you to smell certain scent that you are used to or you associate to him. and allow your senses to feel his presence and his energy. So you selected this. The first thing I'm hearing here is your deceased father. What I'm hearing is that you have a big family, is what I'm hearing. You have a big family as a connection point. You have a big family, and I'm seeing the number 5. So it feels, I believe that your father has 5 siblings, or he is the 5th. It could also be some of you, he's the oldest of 5, but 5, I'm seeing 5. Your father could have passed when he was 50, in the age of 50. To some of you, it's right after his 50th birthday. I'm seeing 50, I'm seeing balloons, I'm seeing celebration, and around relatives and family. Orange, favorite color is orange as well. I'm seeing now and tasting the fruit of orange in my lips. So your father may like fruits, and orange is the favorite fruit. And I'm seeing him now pointing, you like fruit. So your favorite fruit may be orange. And now I'm hearing, to some of you, that is your nickname, orange. Your nickname is orange. I can relate to that. That's what he was using, is that my nickname is orange. So some of you, your nickname is orange. I'm seeing an African father coming through, like he's showing me his afro. He's short. He's like 5'5", 5'5" is his height. Beautiful teeth, full set of teeth. Some of you actually have, there's 5 of you, there's 5 siblings, and there's 5 of you that your father had left. When he passed, there's 5 of you. I'm hearing the word tuberculosis. Some father had passed with tuberculosis because of that. And my coughing actually was coming from that father who he passed, and he's got something with his lungs. I'm hearing lung cancer. To some it's not, but it's something in the lungs, but also the heart. Some father who was a smoker is coming through as well. There are some of you who, when your father passed, you were really young. I'm seeing toddlers. And to some, you have toddlers when your father passed. I'm seeing like Southeast Asian looking children. So that might be, to some, that's your identification. You're from Southeast Asia. I'm seeing now Philippines, the map of Philippines. But I'm seeing it from afar, from a distance. So your father was from the Philippines and then came here, and then you were born here. But that is your root of, that's where you came from. So those are just some of the identification point. Once again, take 57% of those if it resonates for you. But if you just want to hear a message from your departed loved ones, it could come through here. But this message specifically is from your father. I'm hearing take care of your children. Take care of your children is what I'm hearing your father say. so into them. Take care of children, so into them. So into children's. Be curious, be interested into raising up children. Children with characters. Children of good faith. To believe that though the world we see bad things happening, uncontrollable situation that can feel hopeless, that there is hope and there is good, that the world in itself cannot survive if there is not enough good in it. Sometimes you experience more of the bad, and sometimes you see more of the bad, and too much of that can feel like truly that is all that is left and that is all that is there. But you are not seeing everything, and you cannot possibly see everything. But if you can choose what to see, what to feel, what to perceive, believe that there is good. It's not all good, but there is good, and there is hope, and there is light. Your Father is showing me money. Some of you are having, the heaviness you are experiencing has to do with financial stability, financial gain. And I'm seeing him giving away money to children. So that might mean, that image might mean something to some of you, but the way that I'm hearing the communication is that there is enough abundance, there is enough financial gain, financial increase, and stability. I'm hearing the word from your Father in heaven is what he's saying. So this feels really specific to those who identify to the divine, to God as Father in heaven. He's saying, your Father is saying that you will not be here in if you feel poverty, you will not be here very long. There is enough. And now he's showing me like these children are growing, and they are, he showed me like children who seems to be asking for money and doesn't have enough. And then these children has risen up to be very successful adults and individuals who are making changes in the world. So he's saying that where you are right now, you're not gonna be here for a long time, but you do have to sow into hope. You do have to sow into goodness, and what you sow in is your faith, is your belief. What you sow in is your faith, is your belief. So take it one day at a time. When the day feels heavy, and look into the brighter future, envision the brighter future when some of the days feels a lot lighter, and you can dream and you can hope. And then I hear him say, I am here. I am here. I am guiding you in your steps. It is my way of still being a father to you, even though I'm not there, even though I'm not in physical form, even though I have transformed into the continuation of my life. When you invite me to make myself known, I will make myself known in a way that you can receive. In the way that you can receive. But I am around you, and I am in your surroundings. I am here, is what I hear your Father saying. So let's look at your oracle cards. Let me know how this resonates for you. I did it a little different. I didn't use tarot cards this time and just wanted to connect to your deceased father in a different way. Okay, look at this. Setback do not define me. They nudge me into a new awareness. That resonates with what your father was saying. Okay, so this is number 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. I'm hearing on the 9th day. Some of you may be 36 right now. So I'm hearing on the 9th day. There's something about the 9th day. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. I like that for you. So that may be coming. The heart. 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. So there's stability in connecting to your heart. But I'm also hearing your father say that, oh, look, there is 2 people in the boat there. So that might be a memory to some, connection with your father. Maybe you've gone boating with your father. But he's saying that the connection is in the heart. Like you can feel him and connect with him in your heart is what I'm hearing. Rebel. Light attributes. It's a little challenging to read. Challenges authority to effect social change. Respect spiritual system that do not serve. Reject, oh my goodness. Reject spiritual system that do not serve inner needs, heart inner needs. Okay, well, I heard the word respect too, even though it says reject. But what I'm hearing is to respect that not everybody is going to have the same perspective as you are, but to always just follow what's true for you, to stay authentic. To stay authentic to yourself. Let's pull some tea leaf here for you to close the reading. Key. Successful outcome to your problems. So for those with the financial problem there you go. There's the key. I believe that is going to open up for you. Wishbone. A wish is granted. And to some, it's 4 wishes. I'm seeing things other than what's presenting itself. So, all right. I hope this brought you the comfort, the closure, and the clarity that you may need today. Thank you for being here in my community. Group 1, this is your reading from your deceased father. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your mediumship reading from your deceased father. You've selected this set of oracle cards. We will read this towards the end for the bouncing and grounding. And you've selected this stone. So I believe your father is very spiritual, and that is one of your connection with him. So we'll start with the connection point. If you can take 50 to 70% of what is coming through, this is group reading, so not everything will resonate for you. And if nothing resonates in the connection point, but you just want to hear the message, I do invite you to stay, because that your departed loved ones can come through. Their message can come through even though it's not directly coming from them, if that makes sense. So do what pleases you and what supports you. Let's start with connection point. A father who likes candle is coming through. but also I see him blowing candles. So to some of you, your father passed and you were a young kid, and he was blowing your candle when you were like 1 or 2 years old. Like when you were young. So it's like you will blow the candle, but the air that's coming out of your mouth is not enough. So he was blowing it for you. And to some, your father passed right after his birthday, and I'm seeing 50, so right after his 50th birthday. I'm seeing the word 53 now. To some of you, you were 8 when your father passed away. I'm seeing a father who's in the wheelchair. So some of you, your father had passed in old age, just him being older. I see that you had put him, your father was put into a healthcare facility, an assisted living facility, and I see you visiting there, and he appreciate that. He appreciate that you visited him, is what he's wanting me to say for connection point. So I'm seeing a father with glasses and bald hair, bald head, bald head is what I'm seeing here. I hearing the word and seeing the word Frank. So specific name for those whose father is Frank. Frank is coming through. Father who loves eggs and really good at cooking eggs. And you, when you are visiting your parents, when your father was alive, when you were visiting your parents, you want to make sure that your father is the one making the eggs, is what he's showing me. So something about eggs, cooking eggs, liking eggs. Just I'm seeing now, like working out, like your father, you know him as one who likes to work out. He actually has good physique, like he's healthy. And I see that you've even gone to the gym with your father. He's showing me that. He's showing me those images. A father who was a teacher. A father who had a heart attack is coming through. A father who's a stand-up comedian, that's he's showing me people being on the stand-up, people laughing, and him enjoying what he did is coming through. And I'm hearing the word wizard, and I'm being brought in, taken into a spiral that I'm being shown. So very like either wizard, magician, magic, a witch even maybe, but spiritual father. And it seems like you knew this towards the end of his life, but I'm hearing he's speaking to you about this, to continue this. Some of you are practicing this. So these are just connection point. Take 50-70% of those if you can. If not, do not. And we will get right into the message now. So this is the first thing I'm hearing, is that I'm hearing your father is making a connection. For those who are already feel connected, your father is wanting to affirm you that the two of you are connected and you are hearing from him. You're hearing from his guidance. You're hearing his voice. You're hearing and seeing and perceiving the way that he is communicating to you. And your father is saying that he's saying thank you. Thank you that you are allowing your relationship to continue, even though the dynamic is now different. Even though the dynamic is now different. He said that he is going to show you as much as you are as much as you feel you have capacity for, to experience and understand, knowing the dynamic is like this. He's saying that never have to feel sorry when you feel like you can't connect this way. Every time you feel like I can't keep doing it this way, it's not enough, it brings you more grief. He's saying you never have to apologize. He is there when you feel ready. He is there when you can receive. And when you just continue on with life, he's happy for you. He's happy for you. He is saying that the spirit is different than human emotion, and we have to be able to discern that. Human has a different way of reacting or responding to a dynamic, and spirit is different as well. He wants to simplify it that way. Spirit is different as well. He's saying that I know that other people are listening to this message, and though he wants to speak to you specifically, for those that this message is for, he is careful that other people that are hearing this message does not feel offended because they have a different set of belief, is what your father is saying. For those who is questioning, your father is wanting to say, I am. You're using you're crying, and you're crying out, you're asking for answers, seeking for answers, saying, I want to know if he's okay. Those are the words you're asking. Those are the words that you're using. And he's saying that I am okay. I am okay. More so, I am at peace. And at peace is when you can feel connection with me. When you believe and you can trust that I am at peace is when you will experience my presence even more. Because that is where I am staying. That is where I am existing. There are some of you who are you're in a relationship right now. And some you're even married to this person, and you are struggling because when your father was alive, you were able to talk to him about this and receive the guidance and the wisdom that you needed. And your father is saying that at the time that is what you need, and now that I am not there physically, though you might not believe it yet, you are capable in withstanding the difficulty and the challenges and what feels like you are in the midst of the storm. Your father is saying that I can still guide you. I can still speak. I am still speaking. In quietness, I'm speaking to your heart. In silence, you can hear me whisper. Not that I need to whisper, but because I am not speaking with voice like humans speak in voice. But you will hear me and you will know it is me speaking. He's saying, do what feels the most supportive to you. Not just to those that are involved and around you, but to you. It is not selfish. But ultimately, you are responsible for you. And when you fall apart, you cannot blame others that you're falling apart. But you can reach out and ask for help. But before you fall apart, make sure you are counting the cost of your decision. count the cost of your decision. Either way, when you feel like you're going to make a mistake, and if indeed it looks like what you've chosen is a mistake, our experiences in life has a way of balancing itself out. Maybe not overnight, but it does. And that is the contrast of seeing things from a human perspective only, and seeing things, integrating the spiritual aspect and perspective of that situation as well. So take your time. Choose wisely. Choose from a place of peace. And you will see that you're going to be okay. This is what I hear your Father is saying to you. So let's look at your oracle cards. Let me know how that was for you. I changed it up a little bit. I did not bring in the tarot cards for this reading, so hopefully that was able to support you today. Okay. Scribe. Light attribute. Preserving knowledge and information. I feel like this is a calling for those who have been thinking about writing or starting to write. I believe that you are receiving divine inspiration to write it out. So you may need this confirmation to hear that. The nectar. I'm hearing the season. The time is right. Time is ripe right now to start writing. My life is an experiment. I embrace the exploration. Number 37 through 7 is 10. It's a completion. So yeah, if writing is something to experiment, but also anyone else who is experimenting anything, go ahead, go for that. Look at that. This all goes together. Okay, so this one says new beginning. So it looks like you are at the brink of new beginning and you are experimenting. Let's pull you a couple of tea leaves here to balance the energy and close it out. Younger man, dealing or relationship with a younger man. Okay, wasn't there a relationship that your father was talking about? Okay, so that's just that, a confirmation. And if you need help, your father is there for you. He said that he is still speaking and guiding you. Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Oh my. So I don't know if that one is related or actually totally something new. But group 2, I appreciate you. This is the reading from, mediumship reading from your deceased father. Thank you so much. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your mediumship reading from your deceased father. This is the set of oracle cards that we'll look at towards the end of your reading to balance and ground. And let's see, you selected the rose quartz stone. Okay, so I'm sensing that there is a lot of love in the connection with your father. So we'll start with the connection point. If you can take 50 to 70% of what is being released, but do not force it. This is a group reading, so most of it may not resonate with you. It may be pulling in from different fathers who are wanting to come through, but if you want to stick around for the message, because your departed loved ones can come through even though the title of this reading is from your deceased father. So we'll start with the connection point. So your father is showing me you are his first. To some, you're the firstborn and your father experienced a lot of love when you came into the earth, is what he's showing me. And sure enough, it shows in your relationship. The two of you were close and tight. To some of you, you are the only child, so you experience a lot of the favor from your father, the affection, and your father was really close. So I'm experiencing a lot of love. I'm feeling my heart, and I'm sensing your heart is opening up even more as a just reminder of that relationship and connection. And there's a father coming through from this particular group also, who he is showing me that the two of you did not have a close bond, and only now that he has transitioned, afterlife is when he's able to have reflection and realize what he's missed, because he didn't have those chances. He didn't get to choose consciously and unconsciously to build those relationships. So I'm hearing him like struggling. To some of you, even though you did not have a good relationship with your father in his dying days and on his dying bed, he was showing me that you were there, that you showed up, and you still showed a lot of respect and honor for him. And he wants to let you know, if you didn't hear it enough when he was dying, that he is sorry and he appreciates that you were there. He appreciates that the two of you got to reconcile in some way, in some fashion, before he passed. So this one feels heavy, this group, continually what's coming through. So I'm being shown now that to some of you, you took care of your father before he passed. Like there was I'm hearing stroke. So stroke had happened, and you're the only child, and your father had to be taken care of, and you took on the responsibility, even though at the time it's like you didn't want to, and maybe it was grudgingly, but you took the responsibility. So your father wants you to know that he will never forget that. It is written in the book, is what I'm hearing. It is written in the book of good deeds, is what I heard him saying. And he's saying that he will never be forgotten. The kind of graciousness that you've shown. Some of you, your father, you were an interracial child. You were born, so there's very different kinds of interracial marriage and relationships. So I'm just gonna use that, but there's a few of you who that is what your father is showing me. I'm seeing now that those that had good connection and good relationship with your father. I'm seeing the two of you, like it seems like the two of you are on a date, but yeah, it's very close. It's a very intimate relationship. Like your father is your best friend, is what he is saying. Like there isn't anything that you kept from him. And you shared a lot, and you trusted him with those information. So these are just connection point. Once again, take whichever one resonates for you. We can go ahead and transition into the actual message from your father. The first thing I'm hearing is like your father is saying that it is okay. It is okay. It's okay that now you're intimate and you're sharing the deepest part of you with another man. He's saying that is normal, that is natural. Even if I am there, I would want you to be able to share the fullness of you to someone else. But be careful. What you share, your pearl, it's not for everyone. It is for the one who will respect you, who will treat you with honor, who would want to listen, who has a gentle heart to receive and tender heart to hear you, really hear you and see you. So you may have to practice. The first one you feel and think you can trust may not be, but believe that because we have this relationship, that this is something that you are capable and able to have again, not just with me, but someone you can trust, is what your Father is saying. I hear your Father is talking about, for those of you who you don't have a good relationship with your mother. And your Father is saying, like, I didn't tell you when I was alive. I'm not going to tell you now that I'm not there. I'm not going to tell you how to be with your mother. You're an adult. And I'm going to trust you to make the right decision for you. Don't make the right decision for everyone else, what society think is what's right. Do what is right for you. Ultimately, it is you who's going to wake up with you, go to sleep with you. If you can sleep and rest and wake up in peace with your decisions and how you are dealing and relating to your mother, that ultimately that is what's right for you. It's not going to be what's right for everyone, and not everyone is going to see that is what's right. But for you, as long as you can sleep every night and wake up in peace every morning, then that you've done the right thing for you. When you start feeling like things are going awry, and when you start feeling like things are going out of control, and you're reminded about how your relationship is with your mother, then maybe take a pause and reflect if there's a way to repair things with your mother. Only then you should look at the opportunity and explore that and see where that goes. But I am here for you. I'm here for you to remind you and affirm you that do what is right for you. If you can live with you and your decisions, then you've done the right thing. You've done the right thing for you. Some of you your father was not around, so you weren't close, and he's showing me some of you have children and some of you having issues with your male partners and your male romantic male encounters and dynamic. And your father is first saying, like, I am sorry that you were not able to see a model of what healthy and good dynamic is with the opposite sex. I'm sorry. But if you allow me, I am leading you. I'm using to speak to your intuition, and I'm leading you in how to still create the best dynamic you can have with the opposite sex. To some, it is with your kids who is boys, and to some, those that you are in a partnership with or you're dating, your Father is saying that I'm gonna nudge you to go in the opposite direction if indeed the person in front of you is just gonna be a mirror of me. Your Father is saying that if you feel drawn strongly to someone and clearly your brain is telling you this is not good for you, take a pause and listen to that, because you're gonna be attracted to the same energy as I showed you. Some of you, you'll understand that this is trauma and you are receiving support professionally. Your Father is commending you for that. Get support if you can. And if you cannot, your Father is saying that I am present. I am going to help you to weed out those that is not going to be beneficial for you, who's not going to be able to support you. Your Father is saying that, once again, I am sorry, but your life, the way I'm seeing your future right now, you have the ability and capacity, and you will and you can turn your life around, your experiences 180. He's saying that you can make experiences different than what you've experienced with me. This is what I hear your Father is saying. Okay, hopefully that brought some kind of comfort, clarity, and closure you may need today. I did this reading a little different, so I didn't bring the tarot cards for this reading, but hopefully it was helpful anyway. So let's look at your oracle cards, starting with the Village. Is that 10, 15, 16? Is that right? I'm not sure. Okay, the Roman numerals. I don't use it daily, so I'm not quite clear. But what I'm hearing is like what is that saying about takes a village to raise a child, I think is what I heard. So I'm hearing like to, if you are in community, great. If not, find the community that feels like you can belong and that you would be supported, but that even the people that we meet daily, sometimes we meet somebody just for one day, but they have the right wisdom to speak into us. So be open to those kind of support. And yeah, so I'm hearing like it's important to be in connection with people so that we're not just in our head 24/7. Take it one day at a time. Number 40, and 40 is a number of trials and sufferings. It can be, but also there's a essence of completion with the 10, number 10 times 40. So I do feel that things are turning for you, and it's going to turn. But for the meantime, take it one day at a time. Servant, light attribute. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So it feels like even though you're experiencing tribulation, you're someone who tend to be drawn to give and serve. And maybe that can also be a time where it becomes a doorway. Wow, struggling a little bit here. A doorway where maybe people are not, it's not reciprocated. You're serving and serving. You're just giving and giving, and it can be in relationship as well. So what I'm hearing here is that really to honor that you are somebody who had a big heart and you want to serve, but also discern how others are responding and not responding, and not just continually give. Diligence. As I'm seeing this, like just seeing things from a higher perspective, because sometimes when we're low and we're too connected, we don't see. So the balance of being connected, but also to be able to pull ourselves away from that so we can see from a higher perspective. Let's pull a couple tea leaf here. Flute. Disappointment in a friend or a lover. So there it is. Your father is saying that. Okay. So yeah, I mean, what to do with the disappointment? Sometimes certain things, I do believe things change, but certain things doesn't change, especially certain behavior. So if you are continually disappointed about the same thing, it's time to either, okay, are you going to keep giving, or are you going to allow yourself to experience something different? Rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Ooh, so there is a change that's happening here for you. I love that. So group 3, I appreciate you. Thank you for being in my community. This is your reading. So let's seal this reading with love, with devotion, loyalty, and assurance. The connection line is never broken.